publicity on many occasions, a couple of times in the PBA stop. So I like the lanes, and these four bowlers obviously like the lanes.
And this is Butch Temke. Butch Temke, who joins the, I won't say elite club, but he joins the club of bowlers who are making their first appearance on the TV King. And this is a man, Dave Newrath, who you said is as tough as a $2 steak. I don't know if that's a backhanded compliment, but Don Scudder, who is, last time he was king was back in '81. He hasn't been on TV in 2 years, but you can bet that this man, 12-time king, has not lost anything.
Not very much at all. I'll tell you what, Tom, Don has been around so long that that he's bowled here on numerous occasions, and he knows all the lanes fairly well. And as the people at home will notice, Don Scudder throws very little hook. He actually rolls the ball as good as anyone, but very little hook, and that keeps him out of trouble.
Bowling 27 years, the 34-year-old employment service investigator for the state of Ohio.
Doo-dum, doo-dum,
I know.
doo-dum,
Joe Friday? No.
If you're cheating, Don's going to get you.
All right. Looks a little like the Pink Panther. Second frame, Don Scudder.
That's a little wide. See, Don, with Don's type of game, and for you folks at home that throw the same similar style of ball, you're not going to get away with as many errors as the guy that throws the big bender. But your arm swing should be a lot straighter, and you shouldn't make as many. Don made one that time. Got the ball about 2 boards wide, leaving the 2-4-5. Bo, this used to be one of your favorite spares, didn't it?
Oh, my. That's an easy one to chop.
Takes it out with no problem at all. Don Scudder. I mentioned before his opponent today, Butch Temke, 28-year-old manager, Cincinnati Roofing Supply Company, married with 2 little girls, Beth and Heather. Bowling 12 years, Butch Temke from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Watch him strap the ball. He really puts a few revs on it. And there's the reaction you want to see too. That's the big bender, the twirler. Gives you the pin action that the Don Scudders normally don't have.
Took a little while, but they all fell.
Let's take a look at it on the replay right there over the 14th board. Now the ball is not going to finish quite as strong, but the 5-pin. Keep your eye on the 5-pin right there, middle of your screen, toppling into the one coming off the wall into the 7. Butch Temke has the first 2 in a row. That was perfection. Yes. Bo, I think you probably heard about our new award that we're going to be offering here in the event of a perfect or an imperfect 300 game. Either way, we don't care. We will give to that person a 17-foot bluefin bass boat valued at $11,000. Whoa.
It's a pretty expensive 300 game.
I mean to tell you, I'd love to give it away.
So would we.
The BPA has done a wonderful job all down through the years, and with offering this kind of incentive for the TV show, maybe that'll make the guys work just a wee bit harder.
Speaking of working harder, Don Scudder, looking at Butch Temke's 3 strikes in a row, he's going to have to make this spare.
Yeah, you see him there giving a little bit of external breathing, trying to calm down, get things going. See, Don's coming in today at a disadvantage. He's actually getting ready to go to the U.S. Open today, and he's going to be catching a flight in about an hour and a half. Actually, as the show's aired, he will be gone, but he's going to be on a tight schedule. As you see the score there, he's currently trailing by 21 pins, and some of that may be due to the fact that his mind is already on the plane. It's already at the U.S. Open. He may not bowl as well as I know he can.
I would imagine you get up to that line, you can't have many distractions if you want to come out on top, especially going up later against Kim Herman.
Well, we're never going to count Don out. I've seen him, it was about 4 years ago on the show, Tom. He came back from a 48-pin deficit in the 6th frame to win the game. He's tough. I'm telling you, he's tough.
48 pins.
48 pins in the 6th frame. And
that's turning it around.
Through the rest of them. Butch is knocked out of here. On Thursday nights, Butch Butch bowls in the same league with myself and Lou Hudy, who happens to be number 2 on the board for next week, by the way, my bro-in-law. Butch bowls in the league, and he's second high average in the league. He's second to yours truly, but...
Set the precedent. You're the rabbit who always jumps out in front, right?
Sometimes.
Butch Temke.
A solid 10-pin. This shot is absolutely fantastic. As a matter of fact, the people off to the right couldn't see the 10-pin, and they were giving him a little round of applause, but it was perfect. Watch it here on the replay. Second pin from the right-hand part of your screen should take out the 10. What's it do? A round, up, bad break, Butch Temke, cross lane for the spare.
And he picks up a 10 here in the 5th frame. Dave, you mentioned about qualifying for next week, and Bo, they're over. We're going to be over in the Delhi section of town.
Well, we're conducting qualifying today at Delfair Lanes. We have openings left at 1:30, 3, and 4:30. Our current leaders, as David alluded to before, we have Bob Ecton is leading the board with 716, Lou Hudy, 702, Kevin Brady, 697, and 602's cashing for the men.
A vested interest in that second name there for Bo Hudy.
That's for sure. I'm real proud.
Lou, we bowl together, and like I said on Thursdays, Tommy, and Lou is a natural athlete. He's a 2-handicap golfer, gets to the line as well as anybody I've ever seen. If anything that he lacks, it's the lane knowledge, but boy, can his body execute what his mind tells him to.
The question is, who keeps score if he makes the show? We'll have to check out who's the backup scorekeeper to Lou Hudy.
Well, I'm not too sure, but I'll tell you what, Don Scudder better get his mind back into Cincinnati area, here in Erlanger, Kentucky, and throw the rest of them, because he's got a tough one here in Butch Temke. First time on the show, Butch is showing no signs of nervousness.
Which is not always the case. You have lights glaring on your forehead, in your eyes.
Oh, he'll like that, Tom.
He's been on the show before. He knows what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mr. Temke.
There you go. A light swisher to get him loosened up. Maybe that'll be the break he needs, Tom. You know, every once in a while you get into a key situation. Watch this. This is going to loosen him up. Head pin, center of your screen, going to go to the wall, come off. Right there. It goes to the wall, comes off, into the 4-pin, back tails the 7. That's what you need to loosen up. Butch Temke is already loose.
That's right. He gets a lot of loosening up. He plays in 2 leagues over in Stumps and Delfair, where we'll be next week.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Getting all of those 10 pins to do their work.
This is what I like to show you. Now watch the monitor here. It is an actual crusher. The 5-pin, center of your screen, just hacksaws into the 7. Power personified. Butch Temke, I told you, from the elbow down, he's as strong as they come.
Butch has been in contention almost every week. He has been on the top. In fact, he was in our pre-king roll-off.
Stand by last week, Bunny Bo.
That's right.
Stand by last week, pre-king roll-off, second high average. Hey, he's got all the credentials. And he's young. He's still young. He's got plenty of years left.
He also got here on a roll-off today, too.
That's correct. We had a roll-off this morning early.
Butch and Ron Pollard from the Bowling Pollard family.
A routine spare, 4-7 puts it away. Well, I was talking about this boat before. The boat is being offered through the BPA, obviously, but Jimmy's Marina is putting up the boat. Jim Horn and Fern Horn, friends of mine for years ago, certified mechanic. Great little shop here in the Kentucky area. $11,000 to the first 300.
Don Scudder looking for that $750 first prize. That's always awarded to the king.
There you go, 2 light shakers in a row. That might be the key frame to loosen him up and get him going. Right now, Don is trailing by exactly 30 pins. He's got a double working, so that technically makes it 20, Tom. So even though it looked like a lopsided match to start, Don Scudder's right in there. Never, ever count him out.
You know, Don was our 1982 king for the final year at Harrison Bowl.
An establishment we'll be paying a visit to later on this year.
That's correct.
Come on, Don.
You mixed it up a little more on that one. No light shaker there, Dave.
I tell you what, the reaction tells you, I don't know if we caught it on the monitor or not, but the reaction tells you how pumped up this man is and how much he likes to win. He stuffs this ball straight back, right, 10 pins in the pit, every pin doing its job. Don Scudder likes it. Look out, it's 10 pins.
Butch Temke, 10-pin lead, first game, week 3. He just missed everything on that one. He knew it, though.
Almost missed the building. Well, I haven't said it yet this year, but that was a horrible, horrible shot out of Butch Temke. Not the kind of shot we're used to seeing at all. Now, what happened, okay? Other than him going to the Bahamas mentally, the ball came off his hand much too quickly, not allowing that powerful wrist action to put any spin on the ball to bring it back. Fortunately, he left an easy spare.
And takes it out. 8th frame spare for Butch Temke. Mentioned he got here by beating Ron Pollard today. He's doing the same thing to Mr. Scudder.
Situation is this, Tom, Bo. If Don Scudder strikes it out, Butch Temke loses by 2 sticks, even if he strikes it out. So Don Scudder has the hammer, but Butch has to strike here to keep the pressure on Don. Crucial shot. Remember the experience we alluded to, Bo? First time on the show, Don Scudder 12 times.
Yes.
I think you're seeing it right now. Not taking anything away from Butch. This is the first time he's been here. Crucial shot, he knows it. Throws 2 bad shots.
In the 3rd week, this makes our 6th bowler who is making his first appearance on the BPA. Are there a lot of young, good bowlers out there, Dave? You tell me.
Bo runs the desk, okay? She'll tell you. It's extremely difficult to qualify for this show, not only because of the number of bowlers trying to qualify, but the caliber of talent. I'll tell you what, it's not like 5-6 years ago when you had maybe 24 people that were the contenders every week. Now you've got 150 contenders.
Let me correct you. We had 586 balls.
There you go. There you go. Look at this. He is pumped up. Yeah, 500 and some spots went up, and you only take 3 people. How tough is that?
Yeah, but 1 out of 4 cashes.
Let's take a look at it here. He gets in the, but this puts him into the lead. Headpin to the wall comes off, trips out the 4, 7, and the 8. Don Scudder is now in the driver's seat. He leads by 15 pins.
He doesn't have 1 foot on that plane yet, Dave. He's going to come back.
He woke up, but none too soon.
Maybe he likes to back himself into the wall.
There you go. That ball was high, and he knew it when it left his hand. He crucial shot, and he threw the ball close, but wasn't a typical Don Scudder needed type of shot. The difference at this point is exactly 4 pins. Don Scudder gives up the advantage of the strike in the 9th by not striking in the 10th. Butch Temke can win the match with a double.
Mr. Scudder puts away the 4. You know, the Super Bowl not only busy for the TV King, but they always have tournaments running.
They certainly do. And Tom, one thing that's really going to be neat, this is the 2nd year that Super Bowl will be hosting the PBA $130,000 Columbia Seniors Touring Pro Doubles. It's going to be August the 8th through the 13th here at Super Bowl. There's going to be some Pro-Am entries available, and Super Bowl is going to be running qualifiers. If anybody would like to come out and win a chance to bowl with the pros, they can call Super Bowl for the dates and qualifier locations.
Still, that elusive pin for Don Scudder.
A count was basically immaterial. Anything over a 5 count would have accomplished the same thing, Tom. But the situation is this. Real easy to figure out. Butch Temke needs the first 2 strikes to win his first match ever on television. Let's watch. Well,
it wasn't pretty either.
Wasn't it? That's right. Don Scudder, the $2 stake, just jumps right up there and takes the first match away.
227 to 222. Don Scudder the winner, so he will go on to game 2 to meet Jim Beckler. And we'll have all that action coming up next.